guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I got another mixer, and there's a long story behind it, but I'll kind of keep it short. It's nice to have a really nice mixer, and getting a lot of features is also really cool. However, having 22 channels is a bit overkill, especially in my studio for my usage. And I started to give some serious thought to this. I thought, well, I can get away with a smaller mixer, but I still need features that are going to work for me. And so I saw this one. Wow, that's a big brick. And I thought, well, it's got more than enough channels, and it's got 24 different effects in it, a couple of which I've been kind of really jonesing for, really, to be honest. One of them is called a radio voice, and I thought, well, that could work, you know, and it beats buying an effects rack separately that is kind of pointless, but especially for just one thing. And having vocal pedals, which I've had before, that have all that jazz in it, and then some, not making use of it, of all the features, well, I have it, right? Ooh. So, this was sitting there for, what was it, $259.99 at Long McQuade, and a little bit of the back here. D-Pre mic preamps with an inverted Darlington circuit, improved one-knob compressors, which is nice to have compressors. Usually you don't get those until you spend more money, especially on Yamaha boards. High-grade effects, SPX with 24 different effects, 24-bit in and out, 2 in, 2 out USB audio functions. Works with the iPad 2 or later, which is kind of cool. I'm going to have to try that out through the iPad camera connection kit. Anyways, includes Cubase AI DAW software, download version of course, pad switch on mono inputs, phantom power 48 volt, XLR balanced outputs. You also have some TRSs as well. Metal chassis, of course, and that's the basics of this thing. And it's an MG10XU console, and they say it's a whole metal chassis on here, so that's kind of cool. Anyways, so we've got the manual and the usual jazz package here, and talks about different connections and all that stuff, so we don't really need to go through and open any of that stuff and go through it. The box actually makes it deceiving. It's actually a lot smaller, and it's got the mount, which I have from my last Yamaha board. I might be able to I might just put this back on my tripod stand. So anyway, so what we've got here, we've got pad, we've got high-pass filters on your first 4 channels. Now, this is a 10-channel mixer, so you've got actually 3 stereo channels. So channels 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all in the stereo bus, and the USB is actually on your 9 and 10. So that's going to be kind of interesting. And we've got our USB port right on the back, power switch, power connector. You know, Yamaha's really got to get with the modern age when it comes to these power connectors. I mean, that's old school. That's something they need to work on, I think. But anyway, so we have 2 channels with compressors. We have our gains for each of the main 4 channels. Like I said, the stereo channels are just that. They're stereo channels, so they don't use gain. So whatever signal you're pushing in, if you want more out, you got to have something that's going to push in that signal better. Of course, independent controls here. We have pan, aka balance control. We have our FX. We have bass, mid, and treble on the first 4 channels, and bass and treble only on the remaining stereo channels. FX on or off. You have your FX level. You have your perimeter area. Your program dial. So you got a little digital display here. Your power meters as well, which is handy. I'm wondering how the gain is going to work with this, because there's no pre-fade. So how are we going to set our gain? Going to have to actually read the manual on that to properly set the gains up, because that's going to be a little different. So there's one feature that they didn't put on here that they probably should have, and that's at least a pre-fade listen, so you can balance out your gains. And but they didn't do it. Anyway, so we have our XLR outs, we have stereo outs, we have monitor out, looks like left and right. This is going to be handy. I should be able to wire this the same way the big board was. So I can use my monitor outs, stereo and mute. So monitor, if this works the way I'm hoping it does, I should be able to wire it the same way and still run my in-ears in stereo, and then going out to my computer. Yeah, this may just work. FX send, headphone jack, unbalanced lines for your lefts, unbalanced there as well. Foot switch on and off for your FX, line and USB, so depending on how you're popping your signal into your device. We've got left and rights here for more inputs for RCA. Yeah, that's pretty much. Our high pass filters are good up to 80 Hertz. The pad is going to be like a 26 dB. Now it doesn't say negative or positive, but we'll find that out. Now as far as the voices go, you know, Yamaha has decent voicing. Way better when you buy the higher end stuff, but the Lexicon voices that were in the Soundcraft board are actually pretty good. Anyway, so we've got Hall 1 and 2 for reverb, Room 1 and 2 for reverb. We have reverb stage 1 and 2, reverb plate, drum ambience. That'll be interesting. We have what's called early ref, whatever. Gate reverb, single delay, regular delay, vocal echo, karaoke, phaser, flanger, choruses 1 and 2, symphonic, tremolo, auto wah, radio voice, which I wanted, distortion, and pitch change. That'll be fun with the pitch change. I got to try that on my vocals and see what happens. But and of course we got a master stereo out. So there you go. So it's not, there's quite a bit on the board, you know, for what you're getting. There's quite a lot there. And if you're just doing like podcasts and other stuff where you have a small studio like mine and you don't realistically need a huge massive board, something like this should be able to more than accommodate you. And we're going to find out, because I have to plug in 2 mic headsets to this, my in-ears. I got to run these lines out to my in-ears as well as my USB box, because I don't use the interfaces on the mixers. They never seem to have enough output. I've also got to be able to run my beat buddy, my pedal board, my drum kit. Drum kit will go on a stereo channel, beat buddy has to go on a mono channel. So I should have enough to hook up everything that I actually need to have hooked up. I should be able to do that with this board. And this also saves me a lot of space for real estate on my desk. And especially because I do have the mounting bracket kit for my old Yamaha board, and it should be exactly the same. We're going to find out. And if it is, I'll just put this on there, and that'll actually give me more desk space back on my desk. And maybe then I could probably, if I have the space, move my new gamer computer out beside my iMac and then have them both on the same table, which would be kind of cool, because then that frees up my closet to do other stuff with, like storing more junk in there, getting some floor space back. Who knows? We'll figure it all out and get it set up. This is just an unboxing for you guys. I have no intentions of reviewing this thing for probably about a week. I want to figure out all the ins and outs on this. Every single board you get your hands on is always different, so you always got to learn your board. And I don't know what to expect out of this thing for different signals, because like I said, we are missing a pre-fade listen circuit, which does not appear to be here. So it's going to be kind of like, how are we going to set that up? And that's where I'm going to actually have to read the manual. It's got to be a way to do it properly somewhere in here. But it is very interesting. I do think it's quite cool. I do like it. I've been looking at a board similar to this. I think it was like a 12XU or something. And it was a pretty neat little board. Had a few more features this one doesn't. But, you know, this is going to suffice, I think. I'm pretty sure it will actually do the job for me for what I actually need to absolutely do. You have line and USB switch. You know, so you can go from the lines, which are going to be through this channel, so 9 and 10. So these are your lines here, or you can flick it over and you go USB. So these are probably going to be, I'm wondering if these are line outs on this channel. So I don't know. We'll find out though, because it's a 2 in 2 out system. And at least it is 24-bit, which is nice. So that's really good. Anyways, in the meantime, guys, I gotta go rewire my studio completely now that I've got this, and get everything hooked up. Figure out where I'm gonna put everything. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and do stay tuned for more on this mixer. Like I said, give me about a week, and I'll give you a walkthrough on it, and maybe do something for you on a video, show you how I've, you know, done a mix type of thing, that sort of jazz. We'll do something anyhow, and we'll just continue on from there, and then I'll tell you what I really think of this in the end. But so far, I am liking what I see mostly, so, you know, it's just a matter of diving into this thing and setting things up and seeing how it's all going to work out. Anyway, so thanks again. See you in the next one. Ciao.